Too much is going on these days, but regardless of the fact, the world keeps going, and we bring to you yet another portion of the freshest electric car news. In today's episode, let's take a look at the never-seen EVs, which have been popping out lately at the closed in-house presentations and online streaming reveals. New electric sports cars, pickups, SUVs, and the most affordable daily commuters will be presented on Automotive Territory. Before we get to the video though, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and enjoy the ride! Audi e-TRON S and S Sportback. Just like its internal combustion counterparts, both the SUV and the coupe SUV versions of the Audi e-TRON are also entitled to receive the S version. The drivetrain is comprised of 3 motors this time, 2 of which are on the rear axle. Combined they produce 429 horsepower and 596 pound-feet of torque, but thanks to the powerful cooling system, the drive can be boosted to 496 HP and 717 pound-feet. The intelligent drive control provides electric torque vectoring with active and fully variable torque distribution on the rear axle. Interestingly, if you activate the Sport mode of the ECS stabilization control and select the dynamic drive mode, you'll be able to perform controlled drifts. Plus, the SUV will sprint to 60 in 4.5 seconds, topping at the electronic limiter set on 130 mph. The Audi e-TRON S and S Sportback get electrically adjustable sport seats with lateral canter upholstery. The instrument panel is driver-oriented, and there is S badging all over the place. BMW i4. This concept previews the 5th model of the BMW i brand, and judging by its looks, the would-be Tesla rival gets much closer to the production stage than the previous BMW i Vision Dynamics show cars. The i4 sports sedan is expected to hit the assembly lines sometime in 2021, but before that happens, we'll undoubtedly see a few more prototypes. From the outside, the electric 4-door is distinguished by a tall kidney-shaped grille, short overhangs, an elongated hood with slim LED headlights, and a full-length panoramic glass roof. The 530 horsepower powertrain is expected to ensure 0 to 60 sprint in under 4 seconds, while the top speed will be limited by 124 mph. In addition, the all-new modular platform will accommodate an 80 kWh battery, good enough to cover up to 332 miles. These numbers are exclusive to the flagship trim, but a 60 kWh modification is rumored to arrive in the future. Automobili PININFARINA Battista Anniversario. Automobili PININFARINA is celebrating the 90th anniversary since Battista PININFARINA founded the legendary coach builder and design house with the release of the special Anniversario version of their first electric hypercar. Externally, you will distinguish the newcomer by the bespoke heritage-inspired anniversary livery with 3 signature colors: Bianco Sestriere, Grigio Antonelliano, and signature Iconica Blue. The aerodynamics is improved with a new rear wing, rear aero fins, and an exclusively painted Furiosa package, which is comprised of a revised carbon fiber front splitter, side blades, and rear diffuser. The improved Battista keeps the 4-motor 1,900 horsepower strong powertrain, but by shedding over 20 pounds of weight and wearing performance tires, it increases the top speed to 217 mph. Finally, if you thought that the original model with 150 units edition would be rare, imagine the exclusivity of the Anniversario, which is planned to be built only in the amount of 5. NIKOLA Badger. If you have ever seen renders of how people had expected the Tesla Cybertruck would end up looking, then you will recognize the design choices made by Nikola Motor. Their Badger will be arriving in September 2020, and it is definitely putting a preliminary claim on the title of the best-looking electric pickup of tomorrow. Besides the futuristic but conservative looks, it will offer impressive capabilities, which are made possible by the fuel cell and battery electric hybrid powertrain. The Nikola pickup will put out 906 horsepower, 980 pound-feet of torque, shall be able to tow 8,000 pounds, and will get to 60 in supercar-like fashion of 2.9 seconds. The Badger's range is astounding 600 miles, 300 ensured by the battery, and another 300 by 8 kilos of hydrogen, which is converted to electricity in the fuel cell. Fiat 500e. The famous two-door is finally entering its third generation in 2020, and it is all new, all Italian, and all electric. Yes, the new Fiat 500 is an EV only, though the current generation model will remain in production for a few more years. The upcoming car sticks with a familiar exterior design, but sits on a completely new platform and grows by 2.4 inches both in length and width. The more massive stance requires bigger wheels, so the 500 rides on 17 inches as standard. At the same time, nothing reminds of the predecessor insights, as the car gains an all-new Uconnect 5 infotainment system consisting of a 7-inch TFT display and 10.25-inch touchscreen with smartphone integration. Among other goodies are the Level 2 autonomous driving and 85 kW fast charging that regains 80% of the 42 kWh battery capacity in 35 minutes. Once full, expect the 118 horsepower 500e to cover up to 177 miles according to the EPA cycle. What is the most promising EV from this episode? Review the entire list and leave a comment below. Time to like this video, and let's proceed. Polestar PRECEPT. Though typically Grand Tours are two-seat two-door automobiles, the latest concept from Polestar manages to deliver true GT feel despite having two doors too many. The car has athletic but minimalistic design and a generous 122.4-inch wheelbase that accommodates a large battery pack and ensures that the rear seat passengers enjoy enough legroom. Instead of the Fox front grille, the front area accommodates lots of smart sensors and LiDARs, called Polestar Smart Zone, which enable full vehicle autonomy. Being fully electric, the model is rumored to offer from 300 to 390 miles of range. It also focuses on being as eco-friendly as possible, reducing the plastic waste in the interior by 80%. It uses specially developed flex-based composites for the seat backs and interior panels, while the upholstery and carpeting are made from recycled PET bottles, cork vinyl, and fishing nets. Renault Morphos. This is probably the most unique model on our list, since it does something you have never seen before. The Morphos is designed to have extendable length, so by the push of a button, you can elongate your SUV by almost 10 inches up front and 6 in the rear. This move allows you to fit additional luggage in the car's boot, but most importantly, it makes room to install one additional battery. Renault says that in the standard configuration, the Morphos will have the max power output of 136 horses and will offer 248 miles of range, but with the auxiliary pack, those parameters will increase to 218 HP and 435 miles respectively. The car's modular design is highlighted by the specks of yellow that become visible once it is in the long form, and the color theme continues in the cabin. The interior is performed using recycled materials, while the entire dashboard can be hidden in the front panel when not needed. Apex AP0. The British Hong Kong startup Apex Motors already has one sports car in its stables, the open-top track-oriented AP1. But with this new concept, the company is entering the world of electric supercars. The AP0 was designed to utilize the full potential of an electric drivetrain, while also offering a racy, driver-oriented driving experience. Its large 90 kWh battery is floor-mounted, contributing to a low center of gravity for superior handling. The quantity and location of the electric motors are not disclosed at the time, though we do know that the AP0 is rear-wheel drive only. With 660 horsepower and 428 pound-feet of torque, the car claims 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds and tops off at 190 mph. Plus, thanks to the carbon fiber top chassis with modular space frames and all carbon fiber bodywork, it is extremely lightweight, tipping the scales at 2,640 pounds. Hyundai Prophecy. When you think about this Korean manufacturer, the first model that popped to mind are kinda boring family SUVs. But the Prophecy concept is tasked to change this perception, extending the brand's sensuous sportiness design philosophy and having a Porsche-like feel. The body of the car is said to possess perfect proportions and is designed with aerodynamical efficiency in mind, getting an integrated rear spoiler, sleek shape, and turbine wheels. The head and taillights, as well as the spoiler, integrate the pixeled LED tech, that we will soon see on the brand's production vehicles. Of course, the model is built over a fully electric platform, though no specifications are released at this time. It features full driving autonomy, but the driver can still take control of the vehicle using 2 joysticks with the integrated buttons. Vega EVX. The announcement of the Vega EVX took place all the way back in 2015, but since this isn't only Sri Lanka's first nationally produced electric car, but a car in general, the development took long 5 years. The 2-ton sports coupe was finally unveiled in the pre-production form, wearing carbon fiber body and doubling the previously announced specifications. The revised powertrain features 2 motors, 402 horsepower each, and a liquid-cooled 55 kWh battery good for 155 miles of range. With 561 pound-feet of torque and all-wheel drive capability, the Vega gets to 60 miles per hour in 3.1 seconds. The initial release will be restricted to 25 units, but in the future, Sri Lankan's ambitions include adding 2 more motors to the drivetrain, installing a 130 kWh battery, and slashing acceleration time to 60 below 2 seconds. Dacia Spring. We often hear people complaining that electric cars are just too expensive to become real people's vehicles. This is about to change in 2021, when the European Dacia brings its first EV to the European market. Previewed by the Spring Electric concept, the model can be classified as a 5-door hatchback with rugged SUV styling and raised ground clearance. The car looks pretty similar to the KCE that is manufactured by the Dacia's parent company Renault and is already sold in China for around $9,000. It is based on the same CMF-A platform, but is distinguished by the model-specific exterior with different front section design and LED graphics. Since the Spring is already marketed as a city and suburban car, it is likely to get 1 electric motor and an average-sized battery pack with around 124 miles of driving range. Citroën 1919. Citroën is yet to release a worthy all-electric car, but for now, they bring to the world their vision of the future of urban mobility. The concept was inspired by aviation, and it mimics an aircraft cockpit with its smooth windscreen and roofline. The exterior peculiarities do not stop there. The 1919 rides on massive 30-inch wheels. The LED light bars are extended to the sides and act as wing mirrors using the built-in cameras. Citroën positions this vehicle as a living room on wheels, which some way possesses a rather bonkers dual-motor 4-wheel drive powertrain with 456 horsepower and 590 pound-feet. The exterior's reflective coating safeguards the privacy of the cabin occupants, so people outside the car see only the front passengers at mid-height. The artificial intelligence assistant is supposed to be on the driving duty, but the 1919 still has a retractable steering wheel and pedals. Did you like today's roster of electric cars, or was it yet another bunch of boring concepts? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Continue your journey through the world of the latest EVs by clicking on the icons in front of you. Share this episode to promote the electric revolution, subscribe to Automotive Territory, and as always, may the torque be with you!